Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Monday, December 18th, 2023. After being arrested, a man is alleged to have assaulted a Joshua Tree court official and then attempted several times to escape from the Morongo Basin jail. On Wednesday morning at around 1 a.m., the Sheriff's Department said that John Reeves, 48, was arrested for investigation into filing a false police report and being under the influence of a controlled substance. 8 hours later, he was released from custody at the Morongo Basin Sheriff's Station when the Sheriff's Department says he walked to the Joshua Tree Courthouse, which shares a facility with the Sheriff's Station, and physically assaulted a security guard. The Sheriff's Department did not comment on the type of injuries sustained by the security guard. Reeves was rearrested for suspicion of assault just before 9 a.m. During his routine pre-booking medical screening, the Sheriff's Department said that Reeves attempted to escape from custody several times and was eventually physically restrained by deputies. John Reeves was arrested for the second time on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon and booked into the West Valley Detention Center on $40,000 bail. He is expected to be arraigned this morning on felony charges of assault resulting in great bodily injury and attempted jail escape, along with enhancements for prior violent felonies. The Bureau of Land Management last Friday approved the assignment of an existing right-of-way grant held for a natural gas pipeline to Cadiz Real Estate, LLC, as part of a change of ownership. You may recall that Cadiz is the multi-million-dollar development firm that has had its eyes focused on sending billions of gallons of ancient aquifer water from under the San Bernardino Mountains to thirsty communities in Orange County. Reporter Mike Lipsitz is here with the rest of the story.
The reassignment of the right-of-way includes an unused 71-mile portion of a 30-inch diameter buried gas pipeline extending 217 miles between Cadiz Valley east of 29 Palms and Wheeler Ridge near Bakersfield, California. The BLM added conditions to make clear the decision is limited and does not allow Cadiz LLC to use the line for transporting anything other than natural gas. Although Cadiz previously expressed an interest in converting the pipeline to convey water, this assignment would not give Cadiz any future right to use the pipeline for such a purpose. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Mike Lipsitz.
The 29 Palms Cemetery District announced on Friday that they would not be holding a regular board meeting for the month of December owing to the timing of the holidays. The 29 Palms Cemetery District Board will reconvene in the new year. The very last item among the many to be considered at tomorrow's 10 o'clock meeting of the County Supervisors in San Bernardino is a public hearing on Flamingo Heights 640, the controversial glamping resort proposed along Pipes Wash on the east of State Route 247. The proposed development comes before the Board of Supervisors on appeal after the Planning Commission failed to bring it to a vote last March. Reporter Mike Lipsitz rejoins us with more on what possibilities lay ahead for the project and why it has ignited such strong public opposition.
Tomorrow, the developer, Robot Land Company, will appeal the original proposal for 75 campsites, a camping store, restaurant, bar, restrooms, a pool, workshop buildings, common area gardens, paths, and a helipad on a 25-acre portion of a 640-acre parcel zoned RL, or Rural Living. Following a presentation by the developer and County Land Use Services, the board will hear public comment on the matter, after which supervisors may approve the proposal, deny it, approve it with changes, or continue any decision until a later date. Opposition to the project has focused on attempts to characterize it as a campground allowable under RL zoning, rather than a resort, which would require special permitting. A number of questionable recent proposals have attempted to win approval under the campground label. Opposition surrounding increased traffic, noise and light pollution, and threats to endangered wildlife have also been voiced. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Mike Lipsitz.
Thanks, Mike. While some area residents will carpool to San Bernardino to offer their 3 minutes of testimonies to the board, others will gather at the Bob Burke Government Center in Joshua Tree, where the meeting will be live streamed and public comment may be made via live video feed. Stay tuned to Z107.7 News for continuing coverage of the Board of Supervisors on this and other hot-button issues. As California Senate Bill 1383 requires, the state is implementing an organics recycling program in 2024. The town of Yucca Valley is holding a seminar today to provide information about the program to residents. Hillary Sloan joins us with a look at today's informational meeting.
The town of Yucca Valley, in partnership with the town's trash hauler, Burtech, will launch the town's organics recycling program to all Yucca Valley residents and businesses. In January 2024, the town of Yucca Valley and Burtech is hosting a virtual webinar to provide answers to many commonly asked questions. The webinar will be on Monday, December 18th at 10 a.m. For a link to the webinar and more information, see this story at Z107.7fm.com. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
As we approach the new year, Theater 29 will be seeking actor-singers for the Broadway epic musical, Man of La Mancha. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas rolls out how to join in on The Impossible Dream.
Theater 29 will be holding open auditions for the classic Tony Award-winning Broadway musical Man of La Mancha on the Theater 29 main stage, 73637 Sullivan Road, 29 Palms, on Monday, January 8th at 6 p.m. Based on the 17th century novel The Adventures of Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes y Saavedra, Man of La Mancha is a comic tragedy featuring the protagonist, the Mad Knight Don Quixote, in his struggle to better both himself and the world in which he lives. Casting 19 speaking and singing roles for men and women over the age of 16, the musical will be directed by Gary Daigneault, with musical direction by Bianca Stoker and choreography by Lisa Hodgson. For more details, visit theater29.org/auditions or read the full story at Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7, this is arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
And finally, the Yucca Valley High School boys soccer teams hosted Banning High School on Friday, and both teams were unable to take a victory. Coach Jorge Rodriguez said both teams played until the final whistle and never gave up. Junior varsity lost 6-0. Coach Rodriguez cited a standout performance by Malachi Harper for his leadership and effort. Varsity lost 6-0. Coach Rodriguez cited a standout performance by Caleb Mix for his effort, positive attitude, and leadership on the field. The Trojan soccer teams will play next on Friday at San Bernardino Soccer Complex. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z1077 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmetz.